Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Vey-Sern. I work in Bloomberg Intelligence. Bloomberg Intelligence is the in-house research arm of Bloomberg. We provide real-time, in-depth analysis of over 2,000 companies globally. We are a team of over 300 experienced analysts. Today, I'm supposed to give a spotlight on China. I've been covering the China tech and internet companies for over a decade. So I'm going to sum up my observations very quickly on the first slide. The first observation is the population that is online is massive. And because of that, it provides a huge addressable market for new technologies to target. The second thing I want to say is network effect, which basically is a fancy way of saying when you have a lot of users, you can get more users. Network effects for technology companies make them fundamentally monopolies. And because of that, near-term investments in competition, in market share gains, in new technologies and innovation can deliver very high returns for eventual winners. So we see over the past 5-10 years a lot of venture capital funding, a lot of private equity funding being poured into new startups and new technology companies and new innovators. And that's why I have that heading over there which says market-driven innovation in China. Almost all innovation in China is done from a bottom-up way. And finally, a touch on regulations. The regulators in China tend to be a little bit more hands-off and provide leeway for innovators to do their things until risks become more significant, then they step in. For example, in recent times, we've seen tightening regulations on online financing and peer-to-peer financing. So that's the message I have for today, and some food for thought since we're all here discussing smart cities today. Are smart cities built from the top down or from the bottom up? Can we plan what a smart city looks like when we don't really know what it's going to look like? Or do we let innovations and technologies flourish and then stitch it together as building blocks for a smart city? So with that, I'll move into China. 800 million internet users as of June. That's just over 50% penetration. It's already the world's biggest internet market, homogeneous, single language. By 2030, this number could balloon to 1.3 billion people online. Mobile access by now is already the most prevalent form of access. 98% of internet access is done through mobile devices, which is interesting because if you compare with developed markets which are almost fully penetrated already in terms of online users, we have about 600 million potential internet users who will come online without ever touching a PC in their lives. So applications, apps on mobile devices are obviously the most important channel for reaching users. Time spent per week online, almost 4 hours every day, one of the highest globally. What do? Instant messaging, top on the list. Web search, online news, not too different from the audience outside of China, but I just wanted to point out the fastest growing applications: financial management, education, car hailing. These are new economy, smart city kind of applications. And just one last slide on the demographics of Chinese users. They are very young. Almost more than half of Chinese internet users are less than 30 years old, which really makes them very receptive to new innovations and new technologies. Well, this morning we've had many guests who talked about payments and mobile wallets. In China, it is almost ubiquitous. We have 556 million mobile wallet users already by June, and that's a penetration of 72% of mobile users. Interestingly, I spotted this survey which asked consumers when they do offline payments, which payment mode do they prefer, credit card or digital mobile payment, digital mobile wallet. And just 25% of the respondees said credit card. 44% chose mobile wallets, and a third of them are indifferent. If you look at the pie chart on the right, that's the market share of mobile wallets in China. Basically, we have two players, Alibaba's Alipay and Tencent's WeChat Pay, which together have more than 90% of the market. Transaction value growing really fast, projected to grow almost 40% in 2019 to 229 trillion yuan mobile wallet transaction value. I believe this is the largest mobile wallet transaction market in the world. And with that as a backdrop, we can start to look at how I personally think that mobile wallets are the fundamental piece which allows us to build innovations upon. And one of the things that we are rapidly seeing is digital consumer financing. And with mobile wallets, which you can use potentially to pay in offline scenarios, we can imagine consumer financing actually penetrating into offline scenarios. For example, you are at a convenience store buying something. Using your mobile wallet, you can potentially actually pay for whatever you're buying in installments, with the back end being taken care of by banks, partners of the mobile wallet. Personal finance, it's really come a long way. We all know about Yuebao, which is the money market fund run by Ant Financial, a subsidiary of Alibaba. It's grown to become the world's largest money market fund, running about 1.5 trillion yuan as of June. And really, this is enabled by mobile wallets as well, because mobile wallets are linked to users' bank accounts, and they can transfer money into the money market fund very easily. Ant Financial, of course, has multitudes of other applications in personal wealth management, insurance, credit scoring. It's all enabled because of Alipay, the mobile wallet. E-government services. I think every government in the world has electronic services available on standalone apps as well as on PC websites. But what's really different in China is these things are embedded inside of WeChat. Through WeChat, which is the equivalent of WhatsApp, you can actually access official government services such as visa applications, immigrations, passport renewals, tax. It's all done through a chat app, and over 500 million people used it in May. Local lifestyle services, another really huge market enabled by mobile wallets. This involves food delivery to the user, services being delivered to the home, as well as potentially discount coupons sent to your mobile phone so that you can consume in an offline F&B outlet. Trillion yuan market. Healthcare. Saves time, convenience, digitization. Online consultations for minor ailments can be done very quickly. Over 50% of users of online healthcare have done that in the past quarter. Smart logistics. We have e-commerce companies growing really large in China. There's a lot of demands on the last mile delivery, and smart logistics is taking off in the form of smart lockers. 7% of deliveries last year were done via smart lockers, and increasingly we can see technologies such as drone deliveries being put to use in the last mile. So with that, at the start of my presentation, I mentioned how there's a lot of funding. It's a huge market. It's extremely rewarding, and competition allows the most innovative and strongest survivors to emerge as the winners. But this photo, which I spotted online, I'm not sure if you can see. It's a photo taken from top down. These are actually bicycles. Every different color represents a different company, and these are bicycles used in the ride sharing or bicycle sharing applications. And private sector-led innovation is all great, but sometimes there can be a lot of wastage as well. They call these bike graveyards in China. Thank you.